please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the matter before the court to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, subject to the pains and penalties of perjury? Thank you. Please have a seat.
You're going to have to drag that. There you go. Mr. Burmester, please proceed.
Thank you. Ms. Rodgers, could you please state your full name and then spell your full name for the court?
Yes, Lashawnda Rodgers, L-A-S-H-A-W-N-D-A, and Rodgers is R-O-D-G-E-R-S.
Thank you. Ma'am, are you employed?
Yes,
How are you employed?
for New York Life Insurance Company.
And what do you do for New York Life Insurance Company?
I'm a senior representative in a call center.
Can you briefly explain to the jury what you do as a Platinum Senior Advisor?
Yes, I take inbound phone calls from Platinum agents that service clients all over the United States. I answer questions in regards to beneficiary changes, ownership changes, make payments on policies, and just discuss anything overall insurance related that they have questions on.
Do you know or know of an agent from Utah named Brian Freckleton?
Yes, I do.
And did you receive a call from him, an inquiry, on June 2nd of 2022?
Yes, I did.
So on that day, did he explain to you a problem that he had observed and that he wanted some reconciliation or information?
Yes, he did.
Briefly, just tell us what the conversation was about, not for the purpose of proving any truth, just so we know what you were doing afterwards. So briefly explain.
Okay, so when Mr. Freckleton called, he wanted some information on some beneficiary changes that had happened on a policy. He wanted to know why they had been changed and finagled with several times. So I explained to him through research what happened.
Okay. And so were you able to get that information on that day of the phone call, June 2nd?
Not all of it. I had to reach out to another department to get additional information, and then I followed up with him a few days later.
I see. By email?
Correct.
Okay. Can we take a look at, first of all, let's take a brief look at States Exhibit 7-20, please. Can you scroll through that, Scott?
They can zoom in for you if you'd like. It's not a touch screen.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Does
If you
My-
can't see it, they can zoom in for you.
my view is kind of fuzzy.
Yes, mine is as well.
Is there a reason it would be out of focus? It's never been out of focus before.
That tablet's a little bit out of focus.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have trouble
Do you
seeing
mind
it?
if I lean over and just
No,
make sure you're seeing?
Your Honor, please.
She has as clear a view as I do. Scott, I think it'd be helpful for the witness if you could zoom in. The type is pretty small.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
You're
There we go. Thank you so much.
Okay, so does this look familiar to you?
Yes.
Okay, can you explain to the jury what this is? Or for the court, I guess, really.
Well, this page is what the agent had sent to the client. That's not something that I sent.
Okay, so let's scroll to the very beginning, or that would be the end of the document. The very last page, if you will. Okay, so does that look familiar to you?
Yes.
Okay. Is this the email exchange that you had with Mr. Freckleton?
That is correct.
Okay. So let's go, we can set that aside for now. Let's take a look at States Exhibit 7-19, please. This is a multi-page document, actually 23 pages. As he's scrolling through that, does it look familiar to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay. I'd like to have you take a look at page 13 of this document. Perhaps we could focus in. There you go.
Thank you.
Does that look familiar?
Yes, it does.
Okay. What is this information depicting?
This information is providing the client's policy number, who the insured is, the address, the date of birth. It's showing beneficiary changes, address change, beneficiary change, and it has the policy number, it has the insured name there as well.
Okay. Is this a true and accurate copy of the policies, buy-sell policies that you recall seeing?
Yes.
The state would offer, State's Exhibit 719?
All right, states 7-19 is admitted. Do you want me to publish to the jury?
Please, Your Honor.
Okay.
Could we scroll down just one more little block, I think? Okay, so this appears to be going in reverse chronological order, right? So the older things are at the bottom, and it gets newer as you go towards the top. Is that fair?
That is correct.
Okay. So on January 1st, at the very bottom of this document, is there a change from one to another on that date with one policy?
There is. It's not showing on this specific page, but yes, there is. It's not showing specifically like
Okay.
on this page.
So, do you see the highlighted portion where it says one?
Yes.
Two. So, what is the policy number here?
167-35141.
Okay. And in this particular case, who is the owner of that policy? Do you know? Does it show here?
It does not.
Okay. Does it show who the insured is and who, in other words, the person whose life is being insured?
Yes, it does.
And who is that?
Cody M. Wright.
Okay. Then does it show who the beneficiary is in this little block here?
It does not. No, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Yes, it does. Eric Richins, partner 100%. I apologize.
Okay. Then in the next block, up from that, is that the same policy?
Yes, it is.
Okay, the 141?
Yes.
Okay, and effective date of this entry is January 1st?
January 2nd. I'm
These-
sorry, effective date. Excuse me. Yes, January 1st. Yes.
Okay. And again, this is the policy on the life of Kouri, right?
Yes.
Okay. And has the beneficiary changed?
Yes.
Okay. Who is it changed to?
Kouri Richins, spouse 100%.
Okay. So where before it said partner, Eric Richins, partner 100%, now it says Kouri Richins, spouse 100%.
That is correct.
Okay. Can we scroll up just a little bit, please, Scott? Okay. We see another beneficiary change here in the center of the of this page. Again, it's entered on January 2nd, but the effective date is January 1st?
That is correct.
Okay. And again, we're talking about that same policy, 141?
Yes.
Kouri Wright is the life that's being insured,
Yes.
and beneficiary.
Eric Richins, business partner 100%.
Okay, so it's changed back.
That is correct.
Okay. Is this the question that Freckleton was asking you about, this whole issue, changing from one to the other?
Yes.
Okay. How does the owner of a policy, can they change their beneficiaries? For example, if I buy a policy on my life for my daughter, could I change the policy? Well, I think I want to give 50% to my daughter and 50% to my wife. Could I do that?
Yes, as the owner, you're able to make those changes.
Okay, and you would do it through some portal or something online, or?
Yes, that is an option, mynyl.com.
Okay. In this, I guess you could do it by calling up an agent or calling up one of your colleagues.
That is correct. You're able to do so over the phone as well as filling out a form.
I see. Okay. In this case, were you trying to find out how it was done and who did it?
Not the how and who, just I was trying to figure out exactly, let me rephrase that. So I know that it was done by someone at New York Life. I'm sorry, wait. I was trying to explain to the agent where the changes came from.
Okay. And you talked to your colleagues?
Yes, so I reached out to another department to get more clarification on IP addresses, et cetera, to confirm who exactly made the changes from the MyNYL portal.
Okay. So when you're making these changes through the MyNYL portal, can a beneficiary or someone unrelated to that policy get in there and change the beneficiary, for example?
No.
Okay. Who can get in there and change if they so desire?
The owner and anyone that has the owner's information.
Okay. All right. So in other words, if I found the password and the credentials, I could log in, I suppose, and change somebody else's.
Yes.
All right. All right. So, when you did your research, can we go, first of all, I still need 719. I need to go to page 15, if you could, please. Is that page 15?
That's correct.
Okay. Does this tell you, I think we need to scroll up just one more so we have the policy ending in 141? Okay. Does this page tell you who the owner is?
Yes, it does.
Okay, policy 141 is owned by who?
Eric E. Richins.
Okay. Now I'm through with this one. Can we go to 720, please? I think we've laid the foundation, so I would offer States Exhibit 20. This is the email chain.
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. No objection. States 7-20 is admitted.
We would ask permission to publish.
It's up.
Okay. Can we go to the very last page of this? So is this your very first email to Brian Freckleton?
That is correct.
Okay. And in this you're saying, hey, this is in response to your question last week?
Yes.
Okay. Then can we scroll down to the next portion? On this, is this the information that you acquired from looking at talking to your colleagues and looking at the rest of the data?
That is correct.
Okay, so can you explain to the jury what it is that you found out?
So I found out that on January 1st, 2022, the beneficiary was changed from Kouri to Eric, back to Kouri, and then to Eric again,
Okay,
within a few minutes of each other,
okay, all on that same day.
all on that same day.
I see. And were you able to, at that moment, provide some of the details of how that transaction occurred?
Yes.
What was it?
So after speaking with the representatives in our IT department, they stated that all were from Eric Richins login and all from the same IP address.
Okay. Then, did you continue working on this for a couple more days after this, and exchanging emails with Brian Freckleton?
I believe this may have been the last one.
Let's go to June 9th, please. So it should be near the top. Couple bullets. Okay. This is the email from you.
Yes, we are going backwards. I'm sorry. I see.
So June 9th?
Yes.
Okay. And you're reviewing further information. A general point, you give a general point about who can log on, just generally speaking. In order to get into somebody's account, you have to have what?
Their login credentials.
Okay. So that means a password, a registered email address?
That is correct, and a username.
Okay. And in this particular case, it appeared to be coming from whose email address?
Kouri Richins.
Now, did you also get further information that all interaction was coming from that same email address?
That is correct.
Okay. That's all I have for this witness. This moment.
Good morning, Ms. Rodgers.
Good morning, Alex.
How are you?
I'm doing fine, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good seeing you again.
Good to see you as well.
I wanted to make some clarifications. I'd like to talk to you about client IDs.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yes.
Okay. From the documents that we've seen, what I'll do is I will pull up let's go with 720, I believe it was state 720. No, I'm sorry. 719. Thank you.
One moment.
Do you see that there?
No, nothing has
not
come
yet.
up. Okay. Yes.
Perfect. Now that client ID right there, can you...
Do you want me to show this to the jury?
Oh, sure, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you. I apologize.
Very good.
That client ID we see there that's highlighted, whose client ID is that?
Eric's.
That one's Eric's?
I believe just first glance at this is Eric's. Yes.
Okay. And then if we can... Actually, you know what I'll do? If we could pull up... Let's do this one. 1 second. Can you just publish this just to Ms. Rodgers, please? And let me know if you recognize this.
Yes.
And what is this?
This is, and would you please make it a little bit bigger, zoom in?
And you know what I can
Thank
do?
you.
Is if this is helpful, this is just a hard copy of it. It may probably make it easier to... Is that it's the same one, is that all right? There you go.
Thank you.
If you want to just go through that and see if you recognize that, and if you could focus on the client ID, or try to find a client ID there.
So this page does not have a client ID listed. It does have the owner's name, Eric, and it has his address and email address here. But
So
it's
thi-
not specific to the client ID because
Perfect.
it's not listed.
So is this one similar to the one we just saw that was Cody's? On 7, if we could
No,
pull
they're
up
two different.
719 for her.
That's two different type of views for this, but that other view just showed the insured information. But this is showing just Eric's information.
So let's go ahead and maybe this will help.
So that client ID that's listed here is for Cody.
For Cody.
Correct. That's the one that's circled.
Maybe we go to page 14.
Of what document?
This is for Eric's.
So are we talking 719 or are we talking 1046?
1046 right now.
Okay.
Yep. And so there on your screen is just a electronic copy of what I just showed you. And that client ID, that one is Mr. Wright. Is that correct? Or Eric's?
No, Eric's starts with a 9, not with this 153.
Okay. Let's do this. The one we previously showed you, you had indicated that that was Eric, so maybe there was a mix-up. So Eric starts with a 9?
Correct.
Okay. Is it 99? Well, look, before we complicate more things, we move to admit this document, Judge's Defense Exhibit 1047.
That's not the one on the screen right now.
This one is.
This is 1047?
Yeah, they look the same. 1046.
Let's go back to the beginning to make sure we're talking
Yeah.
about the same
Can we go to the
thing.
first page then?
Okay.
So they
So
look.
this is defendants 1046.
Correct.
Mr. Burmester, any objection?
Well, I think we need foundation to establish exactly which one we're looking at. And is it different or the same as?
Mr. Ramos, just for clarity of the
Sure.
record, would you lay a little foundation for
Can we
this
put
witness?
1046 and state 719 side by side? I think that would be the clearest because they look identical.
Okay.
And then I'll ask Ms.
Thank
Rodgers
you.
some questions.
All right.
That's perfect.
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. So on the left-hand side, we have Defense Exhibit 1046. On the right-hand side, we have State 719. They appear to be the exact same format, correct?
Correct.
Except that one's for Eric and one is for Cody, correct?
Correct.
All right. And within these documents, this is where the client IDs are, correct?
There's no client.
Not on this first page, I apologize.
Correct.
Okay. But the remaining pages, if we could scroll through them, just so Ms. Rodgers can see. And so that does that kind of tell you all of the different policies or client IDs related to Mr. Wright as well as Mr. Richins?
It does.
Okay. At this point, Judge, we would move to admit 1046. I believe that's in a foundation.
Mr. Burmester,
Yes.
defendants 1046 is admitted.
Perfect. Okay. So with this information now, as you can see on the right-hand side, on the very top, and we could zoom it in if you'd like, it indicates Kouri Wright. Could you go a little bit higher to show Kouri Wright's name there? Okay. Now, with that information on the right-hand side, is that Mr. Wright's client ID or is that Mr. Richins' client
That's Cody Wright's client ID.
ID? Okay. Ending in 8252.
Correct.
Okay. And then on the left-hand side, if we could do the same, just showing Mr. Richins and then the client ID. And is that Mr. Richins?
No, that's Cody's.
That's Cody's. Mm-hmm. And if we go to on the, if you could highlight on the right-hand side, it is 1, 2, 3, 4. January 24th, there indicates a client ID there.
That is Eric's.
That is Eric's. Okay.
Yes.
So, with that information, it appears that client ID 992141444 is
Eric's.
Eric's.
Mm-hmm.
And if we could go back to the very top, the client ID, if you could highlight or call that out on the right-hand side, starts with 0. 015328252.
Correct.
That is Cody's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, with that information, that is how we could, or your office could determine where the changes were made, correct?
No. How did we determine the changes were made?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's not correct.
Correct. I apologize.
That's okay.
Those are the client IDs that were used to figure out when changes were made, who made the changes, correct?
It wasn't the client ID that was used. It was the actual owner's information, but
Okay.
not the client ID. That comes into play in a different way, but not in regards to logging in. Because there's different ways to log into my NYL. You can log in with your name, social security number, and then you have to have an email address. And then the other way is to use a client ID, but you still have to have an email address associated with it.
Correct. Let's go there. Maybe this will be helpful. If we could pull up the state's exhibit. $720, please. And if we could go to the last page. If we could call that out, just so it's a little bit clearer for Ms. Rodgers.
Thank you.
Okay. So maybe what we're talking about here is different, so I'll get on the same page with you.
Okay.
This is the Eric Richins login,
Yes.
correct, is what you indicated. If we could publish this to the jury. Okay, so this one is saying that it was all from Eric Richins' login.
Mm-hmm.
And now what you just indicated, and maybe this is where I was mistaken, Eric Richins' login, it could be an email, you indicated?
It could be either his name and his date of birth and the last four of his social.
Okay.
And then on the next screen, it's going to ask for an email address to do verification.
Okay.
Or they can put in the client ID, and then on the next page, it's going to ask for clarification.
Okay.
I'm sorry, for an email for verification.
Understand. So that's kind of the login process
That is correct.
for my NYL.
Yes.
Okay. And then if we could go to page 2 of that same document at the bottom, that second bullet point there, if we could call that out for Ms. Rodgers so it's clear.
Thank you.
Yes. And this is what you're referring to, that they cannot log in with any other credentials besides what we have on record, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And in this case, what did you have on record?
The credentials that we had on record were Eric's name, but a different email address. It wasn't an email address that. So two clients would never have the same email address associated with one policy. So in looking at Eric's policy and the email address versus another policy that had the same email address is where we came up with that information.
So then the login information, or the login email, when you're referring here to Kouri, it's
Correct.
the email that's associated with it.
Yes.
Okay, and that's where I wanted to get to. So on the second bullet point where it indicates, it does appear that Kouri is the one that has been managing the online activity. It's based on the fact that her email is being used.
The email is being used, correct.
Okay, and her email, do you recall what that one was?
Kouri Richins, I'm not quite sure what that, it might have been at gmail.com or AOL, I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Thank you.
Do you recall that document?
Yes, at Hotmail, yes.
Okay. And what does that document show?
It says Kouri Garden at hotmail.com for both.
And what do you mean for both?
For Eric's profile and for Kouri's profile.
Okay, and then are there different client IDs?
Yes.
Okay. Which one's the one on the left, if you could describe whose it is,
It's Eric's
and what is his client ID?
153-28252.
8252. And then Ms. Richins?
989-455-105.
Perfect. Map approach. Thank you. Okay. Now, you had indicated we could take that down. You had indicated there in that email with Mr. Freckleton that you had to reach back out to I believe your IT people,
That is correct.
and they produced a document that outlined exactly what had happened, correct?
Yes.
Okay. If we can, just for Ms. Rodgers, pull up. Yes. Can you see that, Ms. Rodgers?
Barely.
Okay, let's zoom in maybe at the top and just scroll down through her, or for her.
Thank you.
So let me know if you, as we're scrolling through, if you recognize this.
Yes.
Okay, and can you explain what it is?
This is the IT department, just basically showing who the IP, what happened with the 3 changes and the IP addresses. But this came from someone else.
Yes,
I
it
did
wasn't
not
from
say-
you.
That is correct.
Correct. You had you.
This witness is not part of that email chain, at least that's what she's been shown.
That is correct.
Yeah, that's correct.
Is that an objection or?
Well, if we're going to quote from it, yes, it's hearsay.
I think he's just asking a question about it. Any other
Sure.
objection,
Yeah.
Mr. Burmers?
No,
Okay.
you can ask questions about that document.
Mr. Ramos, please proceed.
In everything that you were doing, Ms. Rodgers, in terms of trying to assist Mr. Freckleton in answering his question, did you happen to either come across this or do you recognize this during that?
I've never.
And if we could go to page 2 as well. And if we could kind of highlight the left column there.
This information, I don't recognize that it came from another department representative, but I did not send this to him directly.
No, and I'm not asking
Okay.
that. Just if you had reviewed it during.
No.
Okay.
No.
And would this have come, do you know, from the information you were talking about, the IT people? With
That
the
is
IT?
correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. And, well, actually, if we could take that down. Okay, so.
Yeah. Can we just identify, just for the record, what that document is? It's 1047, I believe, right?
So she doesn't recognize it, that it wasn't sent to her, so I'm not
Just
going to.
for the record, it's okay. I just want to make sure the record is clear that.
Oh, yeah, what number was
you're
that?
recollecting.
1047. And Ms. Rodgers identified that she knows what it is, but it is not something that was sent by her or to her.
That is correct.
And so we're not going to be asking questions.
We can
for
keep
it.
moving.
Okay. All right. Ms. Rodgers, the question I have, that is, now that we have the client IDs all squared away,
Okay.
and as you indicated, that they are tied to email addresses, okay? If we could pull back up States Exhibit 720, please. Second page at the bottom, if we could go back to that. And if we could publish that to the jury. This statement from you, or this email from you to Mr. Freckleton, you indicated that it does appear that Kouri is the one that has been maintaining the online activity.
Correct.
So I'd like to clarify that. The reason you indicated Kouri is only because it's her email that was associated with the client ID, correct?
Correct.
In your investigation and you and New York Life, there is nothing at all that can tell you that it was actually Ms. Richins who was behind the screen when this happened, correct?
Well, the IP information would be the only other thing.
Correct. So did you do a search for the IP address?
No, I did not.
Okay,
That came
so
from another department.
right. So you didn't do investigation
That's
to the IP address, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So based on the IP address, which you haven't done anything on, the reason that you indicate in that statement that it was Kouri is because of her email address, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And as you indicate there, if someone else knows the password, and you indicate her information, and to be clear, the individual or the login information was tied to the client ID, right? When we saw the beneficiary change, or for the policy, I'm sorry?
Correct.
Okay. If we could go to the last page, please. And these changes all happened within 6-ish minutes?
Yes.
Okay. And at the end of the day, between 7:21 and 7:27, everything remained or went back to being the same, correct?
It did.
Okay. No further questions. Thank you, Ms. Rodgers.
You're welcome, Alex.
Sorry for all the back and forth on the client ID.
That's okay. No
All right.
worries.
Have a good day.
You do the same. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Burns,
I have no further questions.
may we release this witness?
That would be the state's request, Your Honor, that she be allowed to go because she's got a plane to catch.
You are free to go.
Okay.
You're released from the subpoena. Please
Okay.
travel safely.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Please watch your step.